Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Hasbro G.I. Classified 6-inch scale, Target exclusive, Tiger Force, Duke, and Ram. This is going to be Duke with a Joe motorcycle. This is a Target exclusive. The website says they're going to be shipping on January 13th, but my buddy Corey found some stores. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see on the front, we got the windowless package, Duke on the motorcycle, Tiger Force, those are the new Target exclusive figures, G.I. Classified, Duke and Ram, ages 4+ by Hasbro. The top, this is the 40th figure in the G.I. Classified line. One side, got some Joe insignia, 40. Other side, got Duke there. Here he's on the Ram. Back side, here's Duke on the bike. Looks a little underwhelming. We'll see in person. And then here are the contents of the box. Looks like Duke, some armor, some guns. Looks like a little minigun for the side of the bike. So no further ado, let's open it up. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. Comes with quite a bit of good stuff, but of course, the main reason and pull for this figure is going to be his motorcycle, the Ram. He has a backpack, a machine gun with removable magazine, a pistol, I believe a pair of binoculars. He's got a minigun that I think will attach to the motorcycle, then some extra sort of container, then the bike itself. But before I take a look at all the accessories, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. This is going to be Duke, one of the leaders of the Joe side of things. This is the third variation of Duke they've released. This is a Target exclusive, part of the Tiger Force. So let's take a look at him. I'll start with his face here. Looks very familiar. I believe it's pretty much going to be the same Duke figure, but we'll check that out in detail later. Blonde hair, kind of parted at the side, a little bit darker as it goes down. Short military cut. He's got a little sash here. I believe that to be removable. Another belt here. All these different pouches. Looks like he's a traditional ab crunch, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, all that good stuff. A place to holster his sidearm. He's got kind of the tiger stripes camo, hence Tiger Force. Good looking figure. Happy having the collection, but I'm mostly interested in the bike. And just a closer look at his face and head sculpt. And here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's take a look at his accessories, and we'll save the bike for last. We'll start off with his sash. I'm not sure if bandolier is the right word. It looks good. It's got all kind of pouches, straps. The sculpting detail is fantastic on this thing, but the fact that it's all done in this one brown color kind of takes away. Here's Duke without the sash. And here he is, with the sash attached. Now for his backpack. Done in kind of a military green. It's got the shovel in the back. You can see the wrinkles on the cloth. It's got pouches on it. A little cantina on both sides. Then it's got a peg to attach into the peg hole on his back. Here's Duke with his backpack on. Can't really tell from the front, but if you spin him around. Now for his little thing of binoculars. It's pretty small. You can see one sort of lens coming out. And this thing does have a little peg to attach to his belt. Here's Duke holding his binocular accessory. And here he is holstering that accessory. Now for his machine gun. It's got the removable magazine. Here it is, put fully together. Here's Duke holding that weapon. Now for a sidearm or pistol. Simply pistol, all in black, barrel, pretty square shaped, kind of large. Here's Duke holding his pistol. And then holstering his sidearm. Now let's look at his bike. It's called the Ram. It's got these two little boxes that'll connect to make a little sidecar that'll hold the minigun. It's going to attach to the side of the bike. Then we have the actual bike itself. It's got sort of tiger looking mouth and eyes on here. It's got the tiger color, orange, black stripes, hence Tiger Force. G.I. Joe, MG 1027, Tiger Force. It's got the wheels that spin in the front, they're rubber tires. The front can turn and rotate. Back wheel also spins, of course. This is where you connect the little sidecar too. The engine detailing all looks pretty nice. Bike itself looks good. Handlebars, speedometer, etc. I'd say overall it's definitely a win, although it has a very unique tiger stripe look to it. So let's check out the bike's accessories. So of course, we have this large minigun. It's red. Does look nice. Has a Tiger Force logo on it. You see the figure can take the minigun out, hold the back, hold the top. Front does rotate. Now you're going to be able to make this little sidecar thing. Attach these two pieces to each other. You can put the minigun in there. It sticks out here. Even has a little wheel for the bottom. It's going to attach the bike with these. Here's the bike by itself. No sidecar. No minigun. Now we're going to attach a sidecar. Minigun itself fits perfect. You can see the handle sticks out the top. The back handle wraps right around this piece here. So fits like a glove. Very snug and fit. Attaches front piece. Then we'll put on the bike. And here it is fully assembled. Sidecar attached. It's got the minigun and it is removable. You can always park the bike, take it out. If the bike's crashed, he can salvage it. Here's Duke onto the Tiger Force motorcycle. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and its accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's staying at about 6.2 inches tall, which can translate to just under 16 centimeters. Now for his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course you can rotate from side to side. He can look up about that far, pretty impressive. Down about that far. Can tilt his head a little bit from side to side. He's got articulation at the top of the neck, bottom of the head, as well as the bottom of the neck, 2 points there. Shoulders, ball joint goes out about 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area, increasing range of motion. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. Then his wrist here can rotate. It's going to be hinged as well. Traditional ab crunch here, forward and back. Ball joint his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Legs, ball joints, complete dozen splits. He's got the drop down hips. They look bad like this, but push them back up. Just helps increase the range of motion. Legs go forward that far, back not much. He's got thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot cut, and his ankles forward and back, tilt rock. And now for the measurements of the motorcycle. From front to back, about 8 inches. Bottom to top, about 4.5 inches tall. And as far as how wide it is, about 2 inches without the sidecar, and maybe 3.5 with it. Now let's move on to a Joe base. We've got a whole bunch of Joes. All in the barracks. They're watching as Duke is getting ready to go out into the jungle. A closer look at Duke. He's on his ram, part of the Tiger Force, going out to find out what the Cobra's up to. Now let's check out Duke and this motorcycle next to some other action figures and some other G.I. Joe classified vehicles. Let's start off with the motorcycle. Here's the Tiger Force motorcycle on the right, next to Alvin's Ram motorcycle on the left. These are both Target exclusives and are both essentially the exact same vehicle, simply repainted. And here it is, next to the Baroness motorcycle. This was also a Target exclusive. So far, Target has actually gotten all the vehicles. The next vehicle that I'm aware of is the Hiss Tank. I guess you could call Serpentor's vehicle, although it's kind of small. I can't wait for something larger, but not as big as a Hiss Tank. Now let's check out Duke next to some other action figures. Starting off with some other Hasbro G.I. classified figures. Here's this Tiger Force Duke, next to the original release of Duke on the right. He was in the first series of G.I. figures, and they did re-release him a little bit later with a slightly different paint deco. Here are all 3 of the Duke figures that they've made so far, and you know there's more to come. Here's the Tiger Force Duke, next to the rest of the Tiger Force figures that I have so far. And I should have the rest in a few days, at least according to Target.com. Here's Duke, next to some recent Joe releases. Then, next to some more recent Joe releases. And here he is, next to some earlier Joe releases. And now, next to some recent Cobra releases. Here are all my G.I. Joe figures on the Joe side of things. I believe I have every single one and every single variation. If there's anything you see that's missing, drop me a line in the comments below. I have the next 2 Target exclusive figures coming in the near future. I have those on pre-order, so it's a sure thing. And here's my entire Cobra side of the G.I. Joe collection. I believe I have every single one of the figures and variations except for the light blue Cobra Commander, the original Target exclusive Viper, and Serpentor. Although I do have a pre-order for him, so he's on lockdown. Now let's check him out. Next to some action figures that I think would work good, both scale and style-wise, as some additions to your Joe army. Here he is with some Hasbro Marvel Legends, Killmonger from Black Panther, and then Captain America and Peggy Carter. Then, next to a Hasbro Fortnite figure, this is Metal Mouth. And now, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures, Havoc, and a couple variations of Jonesy. Here's Duke, next to a whole bunch of Mattel, DC Multiverse Suicide Squad Break Flag figures. I got 10 of them, did a bunch of head swaps, and I have a bunch of soldiers. They usually work for Amanda Waller in my DC collection, but they could easily work for some generic army building Joes. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Hasbro figure, they're typically the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines I collect, and work way larger. But first, let's check him out with some of his Hasbro brothers. Here he is, next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends figures. Then, with some Hasbro Fortnite figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Here's Duke, next to a stick of chapstick. Here's Duke, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And here he is, with some Mayfix figures. Then, next to some Mattel, DC Universe Classics, and Multiverse figures. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. Then, with some Mattel wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some NECA figures. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is, with some McFarlane toys. Then, with some DST or Diamond Select toys. And finally, next to some Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. Overall, he's a nice figure. I would almost say he's superior to the original Duke figure, but I'm not feeling the tiger stripe pants. I do prefer his torso, the coloring, a little more standard, more like a regular military officer. None of those extra red stripes or green stripes for no reason. The motorcycle itself, it's also nice, but it's 100% the same as the motorcycle that came with Alvin. It'd be nice if there was something at least a little bit different besides the really flashy tiger paint job. His accessories are fine, gun, binoculars, but it's pretty much all reused from the previous Duke. Motorcycle, that's a big draw for this figure, but it doesn't really impress me because it's just more of the same. If I were to rate these guys, probably going to give the combo a 6 out of 10, and I really expected to give it a higher rating than that. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.